Actors work really hard to be in the position that they are in now, because in order to become famous or win awards or work with the best directors, you need to put up some great performances. However, even though the people I'm going to be talking about in this video are some very good and famous actors, there have been a few times in history and even recently where these guys have given terrible performances. So first, let me start off with a guy who gave a donkey duck performance very early on in his career, and that's the lovely Keanu Reeves in Much Ado About Nothing. Now before I say anything, this movie was a very solid film. This is a Shakespearean movie that is also a romantic comedy, which is directed by Kenneth Branagh and stars people like Denzel Washington, Michael Keaton, and of course Keanu Reeves. And all you really need to know about Reeves' character is that his name is Don John, and he's basically the main villain and wants to ruin someone's wedding in the movie. It's a very simple role and a very cool character, and when I mean cool, I mean really damn cool. Like, his nickname is the Bastard, and his goal is to make sure nobody is happy. Like, that's cool. But Keanu was the exact opposite in this role, because the thing that made him so bad in this movie is his face. Now we all know that this guy has a super stoic and calm looking face and doesn't convey too much emotion. Like, I don't even think I've seen this guy raise his eyebrows before. But in this movie, this role didn't ask for a stoic looking character, because this dude is jealous and selfish, and even though you can hear that jealousy in his voice, his face doesn't follow through with it.
I had rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose in his grace. In this, though I cannot be said to be a flattering, honest man, it must not be denied, but I am a plain dealing villain.
But that doesn't mean he's a bad actor. In fact, he's a fantastic actor. It's just that this role was kind of a miscast in his career. But anyways, another big time and successful actor who put up a bad performance recently actually is Tom Hanks as Colonel Tom Parker in Elvis. Like, this guy who looks like the Penguin from Batman was so over the top for no reason. For example, Tom Parker in real life is Dutch, but Hanks decided to go forth and crank that Dutch accent to 11.
Am I the only one who ever thinks about Elvis' security?
However, Parker sounds nothing like that in real life.
Too much, but we were starting out, and it wouldn't have helped us any.
Now, my assumption for why that is the case is purely because of the director, Baz Luhrmann, and the fact that he basically wanted this. He just wanted Tom Parker to be a comic book villain for Elvis Presley, which is why he asked Hanks to act like a comic book villain, which, you know, that's great and all if you were making a Disney movie, but this is an Elvis Presley movie. It is way more complicated than that. So overall, it's not necessarily all of Tom Hanks' fault, because the movie could have been so much better with a better director, such as Bryan Singer, who is the same guy who directed Bohemian Rhapsody and X-Men Days of Future Past. But anyways, the last actor, or should I say actors, who are great but put up really disappointing performances in this movie are Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg in Uncharted. Now, just so you know, the reason why I think the performances are bad is because they played their characters a little too safe. Like, Tom Holland acted exactly like Peter Parker, and Mark Wahlberg acted exactly like Wahlberg in any other action movie you see him in. They don't play the actual version of their characters in the game. Like, it's genuinely baffling how badly they messed up the casting for this movie. To be more specific, Drake in the Uncharted games is charismatic, witty, and an adventurous treasure hunter, and Tom Holland got those emotions right. He just didn't have the personality. Now, granted, I don't think Tom Holland phoned it in. I genuinely think he tried to put up a good performance, but Mark Wahlberg was by far a worse casting, because he didn't look the part, he didn't act the part, the accent was just wrong, and the character itself was written so poorly. Like, in the games, he has a mentor who cares about Drake, but in the movie, he just wanted money and then started to care for Drake. Like, was there seriously no one else in Hollywood who wanted to play this part? Like, they couldn't get J.K. Simmons or Bryan Cranston. Hell, who cares? Do a race swap, cast Giancarlo Esposito. Why Mark Wahlberg? This has to be the worst miscast and worst performance in video game movie history. But yeah, thanks for watching.